Welcome everybody to the conclusion of leg one, Kiel to Portsmouth, this time through the eyes of Team Malizia. And I mean, we've got a couple of minutes before they cross the finish line, and I have to show you what has happened here. I have to take you through this leg, because if you joined us for our ride along that we had with them yesterday at about 5 o'clock, Malizia were in third place, and we're in a really deep third place. And then somewhere around Dover, the red track of Team Malizia, the one going completely south, they dived right into the coast, got out of the tide, and they managed to make a 10, 12, 13 mile deficit between them and Paprec Arkéa. They managed to bring that down to 5 miles. They basically halved it. And from there, I think they had the French team a little scared. And they closed the distance, and they closed the distance, and they closed the distance. And Johan Richaume and the rest of the sailors on board Paprec Arkéa got really defensive, and they would cover them. And if Team Malizia did a maneuver, Paprec Arkéa would do a maneuver. If Boris Herrmann tacked, Johan Richaume would tack. And then, earlier this morning, there was one point where Boris Herrmann, Will Harris, and the rest of the crew decided to jibe away and try and break free. And it was just that time when Paprec Arkéa decided, we'll let them go. And that was the moment that they shouldn't have let them go. That was the one time where Boris Herrmann saw something that Johan Richaume didn't. And just picking up that little bit of breeze, Team Malizia went from 1.5 to 2 miles behind to 1.5 to 2 miles in front. And it has put Boris Herrmann into second place, Paprec Arkéa now down into third, and it has been incredibly tight, incredibly close for these two boats now coming into that finish line. And as you can see, there is a very short distance to go for the boat in second place, Team Malizia, to the finish line, and there is much more distance between them and Paprec Arkéa in third. So we're seeing smiles, we're seeing happy faces, and we're seeing an awful lot of energy here for Boris Herrmann and the rest of the crew. The same, unfortunately, cannot be said for the team of Paprec Arkéa, because it was stolen from them, and it was stolen from them by this team in incredible fashion. As Boris Herrmann is looking out the back of the boat there, he can see, it's not that far away, he can see the tall sails of the French team that he has just usurped on the way to the line. Now, this is the view of the onboard reporter, Cole Brow, on the right-hand side. The newest member to join the team, Justine Matru, just leaning forward and just checking the numbers. Already two-time winner of the ocean race, now part of Team Malizia. And the reason for the bump and the bounce is they are doing a good 20 knots towards the finish line. We'd expect them to cross this finish line perhaps in under a minute. I think that's them now across the line. I just saw the green buoy just going through. So that is second place for Team Malizia. That is second place for Team Malizia. And they got that second place because of a little shy of 24 hours of incredible hard work overtaking Paprec Arkéa just before the finish line here in Portsmouth.
How far behind were we? Like 15 miles? God, I couldn't see him, so I was just...
Nicely done, guys. And you're coming home, Will. Yeah.
I don't think we're gonna slip.
Oh, yeah, good.
The door?
I'm not sure Justine Matru agrees with the open window policy, but it's celebrations on board Team Malizia. while the team in front, the team that have crossed the line in second place, celebrate. We go back to Paprec Arkéa in third, and it really was looking like a very comfortable second. Certainly 20 hours ago, maybe 18, maybe 15, but perhaps even about 6 hours ago, it was second place for Johan Richomme and the rest of his crew, and then sadly, just giving Team Malizia a little bit of space just at the end of the first lap of the up and down extension that was put into the course. It wasn't by much. We'll just let them go. We'll make our turn 5-10 minutes later. And then that allowed Team Malizia to slip past. And you can really contrast the mood from Team Malizia on board. And now, as we are on board with the cockpit of Paprec Arkéa, the difference in mood is quite incredible. So just a word here about the points, because Paprec Arkéa got 1 bonus point, leaving Kiel as the second boat through the scoring gate. So with the scores the way they are, both teams will be on the leaderboard with 6 points. 6 for Team Malizia because they finished this leg in second place, and 5 points for Paprec Arkéa because they finished it in third, but with a bonus point they'll have 6. So on the leaderboard, Team Malizia will be ahead, the tie break being broken because, well, how well did you do in the last leg? Who beat who in the last leg? But these 2 boats will now be neck and neck on points. Isn't it telling that nobody is saying anything? It must have been an incredibly fraught and uncomfortable 12 hours of trying to hold back Team Malizia, and they really did. They did an incredibly good job at holding back Boris Herman, holding back everybody behind them who was pushing forward. And then just that one decision, maybe when their confidence was up. And now they're coming into this finish line, and they are only maybe 3-4 minutes away from the finish. The breeze is up now and they're really powering forward. They've got less than a mile to go to the finish with good breeze now. So fans of this boat, maybe Johan Richomme, maybe the others, they will be looking at that course extension that was announced, that was put in, and they'll be thinking, well, if we didn't have a course extension, we would have got to the line first. But that's sailboat race. That's the way it works. All right, the green mark just off the bow, just forward. That's one end of the finish line. So Paprec Arkéa comes up to the finish line. Mariana Labateau forward, Johan Richomme just to leeward.
Hey.
And a nice wave just to welcome you into Portsmouth.
You're live. You're live to the microphones, so we hear them after we arrive.
Third place for Paprec Arkéa, Johan Richomme, Corentin Paul, Mariana Labateau. through the line, they can put those sails away, they can get the boat ready to go into port. But there's no way to sugarcoat the fact that this will be a real disappointment for this team. The team were in second place, steady from the very early stages of this leg. They did so much right. They made so many smart decisions. They pushed hard. They only slept when they needed to. They managed to put all the energy into making the boat go fast, and it was just at the end when they couldn't hold off that charge from Team Malizia anymore. All the crew now on deck. Pascal Badigari joins the rest. It looks like he's just woken up. Oh, you can see it in Johan Risham's face. You can see it in everybody's face. There's a lot to be proud of, but they are also a little disappointed. They know that this leg could have been that little bit better. It's always that difficult thing in any race, is if you come from behind and you finish in third place, you'd feel fantastic. But if your third place was there because you just slipped back, it's a little bit harder to accept. So confirmation of the scores for the top three boats, with Biotherm on 9 points, 2 points for that bonus gate in Kiel, and then winning this leg. Absolutely flawless performance for Portsmouth and the rest of the team. Team Malizia are second on the scoreboard, but they have exactly the same points as Team Paprec Arkéa, who just finished third into Portsmouth. The difference there being that bonus point that the French boat was able to claim from being second across the bonus gate. Still waiting for Canada Ocean Racing, B Water Positive and Team Amala to finish this leg, and for Team Holcim PRB and Ala Grande Mape Racing to make their way to Portsmouth to rejoin the action.
Cruise